Research suggests that dogs are beneficial to human health. According to one research, adults over 65 who own dogs see doctor 30% less frequently than those who don't. Dogs have been also demonstrated to lessen anxiety and sadness. Even one night of 5 to 6 hours sleep reduces the body's supply of cancer-fighting cells by an astounding 70%. In fact, more than 20 in-depth research have found that those who sleep fewer hours every night will lead shorter lives. Adults over 45 who get less than 6 hours of sleep per night have a 200% higher risk of having a heart attack than those who get 8 or more. When food is in little supply and the weather is harsh, animals hibernate to preserve energy. Their core temperature decreases, their heart rate slows, and they preserve energy. Although it is unknown if humans can hibernate, instances of people slipping into hibernation like stars do exist. The most important thing for company management is meaningful relationships. A genuine leader is someone who demonstrates to everyone around them that they matter to them and that they are willing to come first. Strong leaders are open-minded and selfless. We adore carrying out actions that bring us joy. We always seek your new sources of enjoyment, whether it is vacations or new cars. You will start to realize how amazing life can be if you adjust your perspective and see happiness as the result of your actions, choices, and decisions that entail working for a greater goal. Peer checking is a very useful and productive way of developing your reviewing skills. When you read your friend's work, you are assuming a role of the reader. If your friend's work is well written, then it will be fluent and easy to read and you will have no problems understanding the overall content. In Abu Dhabi, where freshwater sources are very limited, sustainable water management is a high priority. The region receives on average just 120 millimeters every year, but the country is seeing demand for water increase by almost 40% annually. In this situation, it is clear that Abu Dhabi needs to boost the efficiency of water use by increasing water recycling. Roman writers and orators began to expand their imaginative and intellectual horizons and refine the language through the study of Greek literature. Early Roman literature had two kinds: the recording and examination of public life and behavior through life stories of famous men, and the particularly Roman art of satirical comedy and drama. They controlled for the bird's age, sex, body size and species, and they found that the hunted specimens' brains were actually 5% smaller, on average, than the brains of birds that died by other means. Surprising thing is that, if you make a smaller kind of analysis of liver or heart size, there is absolutely no difference there. So this is specific to the brain. Kinderman says he thinks the compound could be a win-win for the planet and the animals. You know, the methane is kind of a waste product, and this energy, instead of losing it for the animal, it can be reused for the animal in terms of performance, and at the same time we are doing something for greenhouse gas emission and climate change. The central idea of this book concerns our blindness with respect to randomness, particularly the large deviations. Why do we, scientists or non-scientists, hotshots or regular Joes, tend to see the pennies instead of the dollars? Why do we keep focusing on the minutiae, not the possible significant large events, in spite of the obvious evidence of their huge influence? Psychology is the study of cognition, emotions, and behavior. Psychologists are involved in a variety of tasks. Many spend their careers designing and performing research to understand how people behave in specific situations, how and why we think the way we do, and how emotions develop and what impact they have on our interactions with others. COVID-19 pandemic is linked to early onset of puberty in some girls. Several studies suggest that the number of girls starting puberty early has more than doubled amid the coronavirus outbreak, and experts are unsure about exactly why. Intangible assets performed a number of distinctive functions in the life of each company. Firstly, they witness the prosperity of the firm in its good name. Such a position allows human resource management to employ professional workers and increase labor productivity. Moreover, intangible assets guarantee future value for the firm. And although it is difficult to destroy intangible assets, they can lose their importance in case of carelessness or business failure. Countries bordering the Mediterranean have built up a solid reputation for sunshine, great tasting food as well as impressive health statistics, featuring some of the lowest rates of heart disease, and increased life expectancy. This has created a lot of attention towards the Mediterranean diet, which is not a typical weight loss diet, but more of a set of habits. the executive residence in the White House in the United States of America, where the President resides, is divided into several wings. It also includes the Vice President's and President's staff's offices. This government building is a national heritage. Whether salamander, frog or toad, amphibians are some of the most diverse and far-flung animals on the planet. However, they're disappearing, and experts are worried since frogs are considered bellwethers for the environment. Their double life makes them unique. The dramatic fireworks display can be the highlight of a summer. It also can provide a feast for the senses. Bright colors delight the eye. Thunderous booms and whistles surprise the ear. If you're close to the show, you can feel the pressure waves that ripple from each exploding shell. The Ford Company provides plenty of opportunities for its employees. It guarantees not only comfortable and appropriate working conditions, but also many other advantages. Therefore, becoming a part of the Ford Motor Company is always profitable and beneficial. Moreover, it is important to mention that Ford Motors provides its employees with effective and useful services and takes care of their well-being. A role of women in promoting voluntary medical male circumcision uptake. Research reveals the important role played by women in influencing men to undergo circumcision. Women are also motivated to convince men to undergo male circumcision because of the benefits associated with them, such as reduction of HIV transmission and cervical cancer.